Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is part of a video hub here on YouTube with some amazing other crafters, and today we are all featuring some newly released Crafty Meraki products. Today I am showcasing the totally awesome stamp set as well as the View from My Window Slimline die, one of my favorite Slimline dies from this release, but of course all the rest also are just amazing. So I'm doing some really simple, playful, swirly watercoloring today, and therefore I'm using my distress inks. I've stamped out my images onto Strathmore Bristol Smooth, and I'm going to color them in using my distress inks. Now, having an outline and having images that are quite large, you can do some really swirly watercoloring, just having fun with some colors that you add, and that's what I'm doing today. I'm doing nothing fancy, but I enjoyed this coloring so much, and I think all of you can do this and have just an amazing time by coloring your images like this, just smushing your inks down, taking your paintbrush, adding a bit of the color and then dragging it out with a clean paintbrush again. I'm using Strathmore Bristol Smooth, which means that this paper can handle water, but not as much as just a regular watercolor paper. So I have quite a damp paintbrush when I come back without color to drag the rest out. And then I just go over the areas where I want some vibrant colors to be, or where I want to have a bit more contrast, but just really subtle watercoloring here, nothing fancy, but just a lot of fun. I have decided for today to showcase these foxes, because I mean foxes, first of all, they are just cute, and then these ones are just the most fun and playful foxes I have seen so far. I just think they are so adorable. Also, something that I really like about the stamps by Crafty Meraki is that you have the option to give some color to the eyes, and I just adore that. This way you can make it really personal, definitely when you have a little person that you're coloring in, but also just make it something really unique on every image that you're coloring in. So this is a totally awesome stamp set, and I don't know if you know about it, but I'm also on the Crafty Meraki YouTube channel, where I am showcasing some inspiration using some products of them, or just products that you can buy on their site, whatever brand they have. I'm doing that there exclusively. So if you haven't subscribed yet and you don't want to miss out on videos that I make, then definitely check it out as well, because there is some inspiration every week coming, and this month there were a lot of videos on there to get you going with this new release every Monday that they had. So yeah, if you don't want to miss out on that, definitely check it out. I also try each time to post on my community on YouTube when there is a new card there with a link towards their channel as well. Maybe you saw that, maybe you didn't, but that's also going on to just let you know that there is a new video if you weren't subscribed yet. So now that the idea of the way I'm coloring today is sort of clear, I think, I just want to talk about this video hub. There are a few steps that you have to go through to participate on this hub and giveaway at the same time. I am listing them in the description box below, but I just wanted to tell you that there were some videos that you have to go through. There are different participants on this hub, and I adore them all, so I truly hope that you will check them out. There are some really talented ladies, some more known ladies, and maybe some unknown channels that you haven't looked up yet, but I am truly glad and honored that I am in between all these amazing crafters. So to Crafty Meraki, thank you for the opportunity. And yeah, I just really hope that you all have an amazing time watching all these videos. And then all at the end, if you have done all the steps to enter this giveaway, you can maybe win a $50 gift certificate to the shop, which is amazing, I think. So check that out in the description box, what you need to do to be able to enter. and I just hope that you have a lot of fun with this hub. Okay, so I'm almost done with the coloring. I need to finish that book of my second fox, and then this one, of course. And then also I will give some color to the eyes, which I truly adore that I can. And I have decided today that I'm using that green on the eyes, because I just think that this crushed olive works so well with the rusty hinge that I'm using for the foxes itself. I think it's just popping, and I just love these colors together. So adding some final colors, and then when everything is dry, I am going to fussy cut these images out, but there are also matching dies available. So once I did that, I took the view from my window slimline die and I cut it out of the Concord and 9th colored cardstock Ballet slipper, one of my favorite pinks. And I have decided that I'm going to add a bit of worn lipstick to the edges of these windows that you create, just to have a bit of a difference between the frame and the actual windows. I just thought that this was a lovely addition, just really simple ink blending just on the edges. And then when that's done for all 3 windows, I am going to create a shaker. However, you can decide how many shaker you want in a card like this. You can do 3 windows with shaker materials, 2, 1. For today's card, I'm only doing 1 because I think that's also a bit playful, like the foxes are. And yeah, it just draws your attention to different areas on this card. It's not all the same. So that's something that I really like. But you can do whatever you like with these windows. There are also some other slimline dies that are crazy gorgeous to make some shakers with. So check that out on the Meraki website if you want to. But I'm just in love with their slimline dies. I think they're unique and so volatile. You can really go crazy with these slimline dies. You can combine them together. There is so much inspiration. Also, if you want more inspiration than just what is on the video hubs, you can definitely check out Instagram. There is a hashtag Merakihugs that was the general hashtag for this whole release month, with some gorgeous inspirations by guest designers, just the design team, people that already bought the supplies and started crafting with it, and I just adore what I'm seeing over there. So if you're looking for inspiration, check out that hashtag. So here are my 3 windows ready to go. And now I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to place those foxes. I don't want them to be completely aligned, so I'm just switching placement a bit. And now I'm going to also decide about my sentiments. I am going to use 2 sentiments because there is space enough on this slimline card to add some. And I must admit that I just adore the sentiments in all of the stamp sets because there are so many puns in it, and I'm just loving puns on my cards. I truly adore them. So I stamped it out with the same ink as my images, and now I'm going to inlay the windows. Now, I'm not always as good in keeping my outline or my frame in place while I am inlaying stuff, so I have this temporarily adhesive with the dots, and I'm just adding it on a few areas so that I can add it onto my card base and then inlay, and then afterwards I can remove the frame and everything will just be on the perfect position without me having to hold things straight and such. So to create my shaker, I'm using some Scotch 3M foam tape, and depending on the thickness of your shaker, you can just use 1 layer of foam tape, or if you have some thicker sequence, you can double your foam tape up so that it can move a bit better. Also, if you have thicker foam tape, then maybe you don't have to double it up. But in my case, with 3M Scotch foam tape, I just decided to create some thicker strips of foam tape. I'm adding my acetate just on the bottom window. As I said, I'm doing a partial shaker. And when you remove your backings completely of your foam strips or your foam tape, it's normally a bit easier to shape it. So that's what I did here on my shaker part. Really important when you're making a shaker is that your shaker part is completely closed, so that your shaker material cannot get out of that specific area. And for the rest, it's all how you want to do it. I added the doubled up foam tape everywhere to have my card flat later on, and now I've added my shaker material. These are Cherry Blossom Tiny Ballerina Pink by Little Things from Lucy's Cards, and I'm also adding a bit of the Chunky Glitter by L'Enfant, only a bit. And then once that's there, I'm just adding a bit of that anti-static powder tool so that my shaker material can move and won't be stuck on my foam tape, and then I can add my frame onto my card base and shake it around. So that is my partial shaker, and now I can focus on my images. So I have my foxes, and now I just need to adhere them. There are different ways, of course. You can just use liquid glue like I'm doing here. There is already some dimension going, so I'm not adding anything more. Then you can also use some thin foam squares. And of course, in areas where I want my fox to be as high as my frame and I don't have the shaker part, I am using my foam tape again to have it on the same height as the rest of the card. So I'm just changing up a bit dimensions in my foxes as well to have a bit of interest going on. And then I'm adding it to this card. And then to finish off this panel, I decided that my two upper windows also deserved some of my cherry blossom sequins, so I just added a few over there as well to also match my shaker part. The final thing that I did was to add a bit of stickles inside of those cherry blossoms that I'm adding here to just give it something more, a bit of glitter as well, which is always wonderful, of course. And then this card is completely finished. So this is my video for this amazing video hop. I hope that you will check out what is in the description box and just run through all the steps and participate on this amazing giveaway that is also linked to this hop. If you have any questions about my card, about anything, just leave them down below in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I want to thank you all for stopping by and watching this video on my channel, and I truly hope that you are enjoying this hop as much as I enjoyed making this card and also watching those other cards. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day left, and I will be back soon with some new inspiration. Bye!